Gabby, the happy holiday girl. Who says you have to wait until certain times of the year to get to celebrate? When every day's a holiday, we can combat stress and have more opportunities to have fun with our friends and family. Come celebrate with me, and together we can live a holiday life. Hey, what's up, holiday lifers? It's your girl Gabby, and it's time for another epic round of happy holiday trivia. Today is National Disability Day, and in honor of today, we celebrate the people in our society who have overcome tremendous difficulties and display the constant perseverance of the human spirit. Let's not delay, get ready to play. Let's get to it with question number 1. It is a sports question. The question is, in what year were the first Special Olympics celebrated? Was it A, summer of 1998, B, winter of 1988, C, summer of 1974, or D, summer of 1968? Once again, in what year were the first Special Olympics celebrated? Was it A, the summer of 1998, B, the winter of 1988, C, the summer of 1974, or D, summer of 1968? I'll give you a few moments to think about that. And the answer is D, the summer of 1968. The first Special Olympics were held in July of 1968. SpecialOlympics.org says, one day in July 1968, the world began to change. The first Special Olympics competition was held in Chicago's Soldier Field for young people with intellectual disabilities. The goal was to put a bright and very public spotlight on ability, not disability. The 1968 event is described as Daybreak, the early stirring of a global movement for people with intellectual disabilities. No longer trapped in the shadows, the Chicago Special Olympics Games made it possible for the athletes to compete and have fun, not to be stigmatized. Question number 2. It's a quote question. Who said this line? My mama always said, you've got to put the past behind you before you can move on. Was it A, Bobby Boucher in The Waterboy, B, Ray Charles in the movie Ray, C, Sam in the movie I Am Sam, or D, Forrest Gump in the movie Forrest Gump? Once again, who said this line? My mama always said, you've got to put the past behind you before you can move on. Was it A, Bobby Boucher in The Waterboy, B, Ray Charles in the movie Ray, C, Sam in the movie I Am Sam, or D, Forrest Gump in the movie Forrest Gump? And the answer is D, Forrest Gump. Parade.com reports that on July 6, 1994, the slow but sweet character played by Tom Hanks entered theaters and our hearts. Besides being a blockbuster, the film was also critically acclaimed, winning the Academy Award for Best Picture that year, along with 13 other Oscar nominations. And now it's time for our fun fact of the day. Do you know who Kyle Maynard is? Wikipedia.org says he's the first quadruple amputee to ascend Mount Kilimanjaro without the aid of prosthetics. So amazing. Head on over to my main podcast, A Holiday Life, for more information about today's holiday and become a holiday lifer. I also have a website, aholidaylife.com, where I give out free monthly activity calendars full of activities for each holiday. So head on over to aholidaylife.com now for more podcast and free fun. On to question number 3. It's a pop culture celebrity question. What celebrity turned down the role of Forrest Gump? Was it A, John Travolta, B, Johnny Depp, C, Nicolas Cage, or D, Robin Williams? Once again, which celebrity turned down the role of Forrest Gump? Was it A, John Travolta, B, Johnny Depp, C, Nicolas Cage, or D, Robin Williams? And the answer is A. John Travolta. Insider.com says John Travolta reportedly turned down the tutelar role in Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks won a second Best Oscar for his portrayal. Travolta also turned down 2 other films in which Tom Hanks was later cast, Splash and Apollo 13. The actor told MTV he didn't regret turning down any movies that eventually went to Hanks. Question number 4. It's true or false? The screenwriter of the 2010 movie The King's Speech suffered from a speech impediment. Once again, it's true or false? The screenwriter of the 2010 movie The King's Speech suffered from a speech impediment. And the answer is true. IMDb.com says screenwriter David Seidler stammered as a child and heard King George VI's wartime speech as a child. As an adult, he wrote Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, and asked for permission to use the King's story to create a movie. The Queen Mother asked him not to make it during her lifetime, saying the memories were too painful. Seidler respected her request. And on to our last question of the day, question number 5. In 2017, the children's show Sesame Street introduced its first special needs Muppet character with autism. What is the Muppet's name? Is it A. Julia, B. Jessie, C. James, or D. Justina? Once again, in 2017, the children's show Sesame Street introduced its first special needs Muppet character with autism. What is this Muppet's name? Is it A. Julia, B. Jessie, C. James, or D. Justina? And the answer is A. Julia. I love Sesame Street because they do their best at trying to make all children feel special while educating children and adults about the world around them. According to Wikipedia.org, Julia is a 4-year-old girl on the children's television program Sesame Street who has autism. She's one of Elmo's best friends. So, how did you do? Did you get 3 or more of today's 5 trivia questions correct? If so, you're definitely a teacher's pet and will be getting a bright and shiny A+ for your efforts. If you like today's podcast and want more information about today's holiday, subscribe to A Holiday Life on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcast from. I have new podcasts released daily filled with fun ways you can celebrate the holiday of the day. You can follow the trivia more by following me on social media by using @AHolidayLife on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and by using @AHolidayLifePodcast on Instagram. I hope you continue to enjoy the holidays, stay safe, and live a holiday life. I'll talk to you tomorrow.